Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining me in today's workshop called Creating Opportunity. My name is Domenica Escatel, and I am founder of Chicana Inc. You can connect with us through any of the social media platforms listed on your screen. We're going to go ahead and dive in. But before we do, I want to tell you a little bit about myself. So I have a master's degree in organizational leadership and also a bachelor's of fine art in photography and art education. You're probably thinking, Domenica, wow, that's two different hemispheres. So I love to infuse creativity in everything that I do. And I have a real passion for the arts. And I believe that you can completely see that through the work that I do. And so when you're not finding me being an entrepreneur, you can find me at the beach. I love to read. I am a forever student. And I promise you that you will need a notebook, a pencil or pen, because you're going to walk away with practical steps on creating opportunities for you, whether it be on a professional level or personal level. Some of these tips, all of these tips, took me to creating opportunities for myself in speaking at Harvard and also with an upcoming TED Talk. So let's dive in. The universe speaks to you. All you have to do is listen. And you're probably thinking, oh my God, Domenica, what do you mean the universe speaks to you? Well, by finding your common threads. And let me explain. So a couple of years ago, I went to San Jose and I went to go see Oprah. And what I walked away with being in her space was find the common threads in your life. So is there something you always do? Notice what makes people's lives easier, faster, and more meaningful. Notice ways that you can add value without taking something away from those around you. So an example of that would be applied to my own life. So when I stood back and reflected, I was trying to figure out, well, is there patterns? Is there things that I've always done that kind of light me up? And I realized that if there was a school event, whether it be elementary school, middle school, high school, I always wanted to participate in them, especially if there was something to be sold. And so that could have been a fundraiser for baking goods or friendship bracelets, those boxes of chocolates that I know that you've probably sold, wrapping paper, popcorn, you name it. I was selling it. I loved it. I love connecting with people. It gets me excited even just talking about it and having the opportunity to bring joy to somebody when they're purchasing something and being able to bond through that thing. I was an entrepreneur at an early age, and it is no surprise that as an adult, I am an entrepreneur. So that is my common thread. So really take a moment to step back. After this presentation is done, I highly encourage you to take a notebook and really list the things that get you excited, the things you're passionate about. Are you passionate about fundraising for a cause? These things are your common threads. So step 2 in creating opportunities is to tap into your community. Get out there. Meet new people. If you want to be presented with more opportunities, simply meet new people. The more people you know, the higher chances you will be presented with new experiences. Go to meetings with people having similar interests as you, visit conferences. You can even meet people online these days, join different Facebook groups, follow people on Twitter, join LinkedIn. I know that it's not easy to be in a room full of people that you do not know, but if you take a step back and look that you're there for the common purpose. For example, earlier this year, I went to a Create and Cultivate conference. Google them. It was the most amazing conference, and it was really out of my element, out of my comfort zone to go, mainly because I had to drive 2 hours to get there, and then I didn't know anyone. And so really, I had to tell myself, wait a minute, they're all here for the same reason, to meet new people, to engage with the speakers, to learn. Then that felt a whole lot better and a lot less scarier. And so I absolutely fell in love with the conference. I fell in love with the people that I met, some amazing people from all over the state. Like, I would have missed out on that opportunity. But I know that as I want to evolve my professional life and my personal life, that I have to get out of my comfort zone and connect with people. And that means stepping out into the community. Step 3, ask. There is no shame in not knowing something, and there is no shame in questioning things. Most people would gladly help you if you ask them nicely for some help. You just have to ask the right way. So being a part of the community, I'm involved in a lot of different things. And often in my journey, right at the beginning, I couldn't figure out why I was never asked to do something or never asked to help here or there. And then I thought to myself, wait a minute, Domenica, I'm going to create that opportunity for myself, and I'm just going to ask if I can help. That right there is the opportunity. So for example, if there's a organization, a nonprofit that you would love to be connected, ask if you can help out. Most of them have fundraisers, and that is where they need volunteers. So plug into a fundraiser, volunteer time, and then before you know it, you're learning. You're behind the scenes on what it takes to build a fundraiser. And that is a skill set that is crucial in nonprofits, and it's a great resume builder. So just something to think about. Plus, it's for a good cause. So again, it goes with the thought that when you're creating opportunities for yourself, it really benefits not only you, but so many other things. Step 4, self-confidence. You may be thinking, no, Domenica, I have amazing self-confidence. I don't need to know anything more. Or, oh no, Domenica, I'm so not there yet. I'm trying to build self-confidence. So whether you find yourself at a level 10 confidence, we can raise you and amplify you to a level 20. Or if you're at a level 5 confidence level, we can bump you up to a level 10. So here's the thing that you need to know. You always need to be sure, like 120% sure, that the thing that you're working on will work out right in the end. If you want other people to believe you as well, most people follow the leaders even when they make bold decisions simply because of their charismatic confidence level. And if you learn the skill to make people follow you, you will surely be able to create a lot of opportunities for yourself or your company or your workplace. So one of my favorite things to tell people when they're asking me, well, Domenica, how do I raise my confidence level? What is that trip or life hack that you have that you can share with me? And I always love sharing it because it is really quite simple, something that I found myself doing. So I love getting a new nail polish that my future self will step into. Usually it's a shade of pink. And I'll ask myself, what is future Domenica wearing today on her nails? And I would pick out that color, and that would be a trick that would make me feel a lot less nervous and a lot less scared. And I feel a lot more confident when I would step into that room where no one else knows me, because guess what? Future Domenica is wearing her signature nail polish color that ultimately became her brand. And here's the thing, that if you hold on to that, you will realize that eventually you are that person. That confidence will magically just appear. So nail polish is super cost effective. I highly encourage you to pick out a nail color that will be your brand, or where you can think of, yes, my future self is wearing this color. And you know what? People will start to remember that, and they'll tell you, hey, guess what? I saw this and it was in your color and I thought of you. That is the end goal. That's what you want people to do. is that they associate you with a color or a thing, or even if you wear chunky necklaces, I often wear them and I get told, oh, Domenica, I saw this cutest necklace, I thought of you. So that is when you know that you have amplified your self-confidence and your confidence level. Step 5, be a forever student. Keep learning. I remember one night I was scrolling through Instagram and I came across Mel Robbins, her Instagram account. And she was talking about how people approach her on Instagram TV about her Instagram TV videos. And they will ask her, well, how did you get that good? Obviously, besides being amazing, what school did you go to, or what a program did you tap into to learn your skill sets, to raise the bar on your skill sets. And she said, look, you don't need to go out of your way to find these things. What you need to do is tap into your free resources. For example, if you want to be a public speaker, film yourself on an IG TV or Instagram Live. It could be as little as 3 minutes, 5 minutes, or a whole hour. The thing is that you produce content and you're able to look at these videos when you're done and get better. The thing is that you're going to keep practicing. And so on the flip side of that is tap into these platforms and learn from your favorite to-go-to people, whether they be authors or motivational speakers. They're always giving out free content. So be a forever student. Tap into that. And plus, it's very cost effective because it's free. And there's always opportunity where you can tap into one of these programs that your favorite motivational speaker uses or your favorite author. And of course, that would be an investment in you. And that is an opportunity for you to be a forever student, because it's one thing to go through trainings, during your 8 to 5 job, but with you investing in yourself and tapping into different programs, that is going to take you into a whole nother level. So it's something to keep in mind. Step 6, is your heartstrings being pulled? When you feel the need that something else is calling you, listen. So, for example, if you have an 8 to 5 job and you just are at a stage where you're just like, it just doesn't feel like I have fulfillment anymore. Like, I'd rather be doing this. If you're catching yourself daydreaming about that thing that you really, really want to do. So ask yourself, can I volunteer at an organization that provides that? Like, for example, say that you really, really like fundraising for your charity of choice. I know I mentioned fundraising earlier, so I'll just piggyback off that thought. Say that you really love working with animals. You have a couple of puppies or cats at your home. And a way to create an opportunity is to go volunteer at your local animal shelter and learn the ins and outs of taking care of these animals. And, maybe this is something that you can generate income by. Like, I know there's an Instagram account that she is dedicated to making clothes for animals. Like, how amazing is that? She's interacting with animals all the time, and she loves that. And then she's making a product that will help fundraise for different causes, because for her, it's not so much about the profit. Well, not so much about making money from the item, is about producing profit so she can donate it to her favorite charity. And so she found a way to create an opportunity for herself. So, and it totally, completely lights her up. So ask yourself, is there something that you would do for free? So listen to your heartstrings. Something is pulling you and you should listen. Step 7, decide. Especially when you take an opportunity. Take the opportunity and use it to grow the skills that got you this far. You know which opportunities fit your interests and skills, and which don't. Develop a habit of taking on new opportunities as a way of growing. So sometimes an opportunity will be presented to you as, hey, Domenica, can you help me do this? And I may not see it at the moment as an opportunity, but then I realize, wow, I learned a lot. I'm so glad I said yes to this. So know that life is a buffet and it is ready for you to choose to live it. You need to know that not everything that you say yes to is aligned to your mission. Sometimes they are disguised as distractions. And Domenica, what do you mean by that? And so I learned quickly that I got so excited by helping this person and that person and this organization and this nonprofit. Then I realized that I had to take a breath and that not everything was aligned with directly allowing my dream or vision or goal to evolve. And so ask yourself, is this aligned with my mission? Will this add value to me? Will I walk away with a new contact? So fundamental, this thought. Okay, if you're going to write down anything or take away anything from this workshop, it needs to be this. For every yes you say, you are saying no to something else. Let me repeat that. For every yes you say, you are saying no to something else. So be conscious and be mindful of that. So often I would have to ask myself, is this thing that I'm going to say yes to, how much time does it take away from my family? If it's a lot, if I've been out all week doing things in the community and I haven't spent any time with my family, that is costly. That is not why I put myself out there. Like, you need to find balance and do some reflection and ask yourself these important questions. So now let's talk a little bit about money. Serve others and the money will follow you. I know. You're probably saying, Domenica, but I need bills, or Domenica, but I went through school and I did this and I'm not getting paid my worth and I'm trying to search for another opportunity that gives me more money. But here's the thing. When it's aligned with what lights you up, that charismatic person that comes out when you're doing what you love to do, when you're serving others, money will follow you. So here's a question to ask yourself. Have you solved a problem? If you answered yes, then you can teach it. That is an opportunity to create some revenue for yourself, especially if you find yourself in an 8-to-5 job right now that you're not really quite happy at. Give yourself the opportunity, create an opportunity by thinking, is there something that I can teach somebody else? And in exchange, they will give me compensation for the service that I provide. For example, I have a friend who has a traditional 8-to-5 job, but something was pulling at her heartstrings and she began painting. Well, now she sells these paintings and she's been featured in different galleries around California. And then she's made enough profit where she can donate to her favorite nonprofit that involves arts for served communities where there's really not that many art programs. And so how amazing is that? She listened to her heart. She listened to the universe. She found something that she loves and she's doing it. Before she knows it, I know that she's going to do this full time. So I'm going to grab your shoulders right now and shake you a little and say, stop being afraid of what could go wrong and think of what could go right. Lead with positivity. Lead with the best case scenario, because most likely that's exactly what's going to happen. I know that society kind of trains us to find, what's wrong, but lead with positivity. It's going to completely change the shift in your mindset with just a simple thought that it's going to work out. Everything's going to be good. And what's the worst thing that can happen? It didn't work out, or somebody said no to you, and you just learn from it and you move on. So I hope that you walked away with some simple tips on creating opportunities. I hope that you will connect with me through social media. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram through Chicana Inc. I look forward to seeing you at the next workshop. And thank you so much, She Became, for allowing me to present to you today on creating opportunities. See you next time.